All right, starting in earnest. Hello, hello. Welcome. It is Friday. Uh, it is not Slay the Spire time. We're doing another Aether draft, um, which will be a fun time. I so thinking about like what I haven't done in this format, the decks that kind of passed through over us last time are the ones with the that 3/4 that drains life off of your opponent on it or other artifacts coming in, and that feels like a type of draft we haven't looked at yet. More artifact based, but in a value town rather than a vehicle town. Um, Other bits, if we're just Gruul, that'd be a good place to be. If we just got the beatdown, or like somewhere around like a Jund beatdown level, that'd be great. Um, I don't know. There's still a lot of places to look in this format. So this week's been a big one for Magic announcements. Um, there's been today at the Pro Tour. Pro Tour is happening this weekend over at twitch.tv/magic. Um, they showed off Tarkir, our next set, Tarkir Dragonstorm, which is a set that, like, the looks of what they showed off feels like they bringing back Tarkir is a bit of a needle to thread, and the preview stuff they showed looked like a good direction to do so. We have the revival of the cons. We have the revival of the Abzan, Jeskai, Mardu, Taemer, Sultai, uh, with the Elder Dragons sort of taken care of, and we're in sort of a new system here with these spirit dragons out of the Dragon Storm that have like uh, uh more Ugin-y feel going on. Uh, so we got previews for that. We got some art previews for Edge of Eternities, which is the set after Final Fantasy, which looks gorgeous, and I'm super excited for. But Aetherdrift has some like narrative issues that I am not a fan of, and feels a little overbearing on a theme that I don't think catches as well. Edge of Eternities looks more like a Bloomburrow to me. Uh, like a hey, here's a brand new wild setting with some small like hooks to the greater world. We saw Tezzeret as an antagonist there, but like a lot of like new things being built up, and I think that's a fun place to be, because even when something like that goes like off the rails, it can go off the rails in much more interesting ways. We also saw the announcement of the rumored through a store preview of all things, um, the last set of the year, which is going to be a Avatar: The Last Airbender uh, Universes Beyond set. They showed off some art pieces and gave a date of like mid-November. Not much else on that. Um, but yeah, the big thing I saw out of it is that like Tarkir Dragonstorm interests me a lot. Kind of the stuff they've shown looks like, you know, looks strong, and Edge of Eternities continues to look like something like unique that I'm interested in. And then obviously I'm like the biggest one here for Final Fantasy time. All that said, neither here nor there. That's the future. Let's get in this 15 car pileup of Aether drifting, Aether drafting. Like I said, got a few ideas of where I want to be in this draft, and I've talked about before. I've done it. Heck, I did it last draft where it was like, okay, let's try and force this with a rare that looked kind of nice. The um, but like riding the waves is definitely like yeah, the way we want to go. And I'm going to try to do that a little bit more here. We'll see what we see. All right, out the gates. We are starting with Voyager Glide Car, Gear Wrench Goblin. I like Gear Wrench Goblin. I think this thing's wildly good. Like as a one drop that plays late. Lightning Strike hanging out here as well. Some powerful red. Only black card in the pack is Grim Bobble, but Grim Bobble is like fairly high impact as far as a card goes. That the artifact entry, the surveil, all the pieces of this make it a disfigure with a lot of upside going on. The Voyager Glide Car is fine. It's just like the pump on it is a little. This is not as supported here as it was in the world of in the world of Lost Caverns. I'm gonna go with Grim Bobble cutting black. The idea, I think that the Goblin and Lightning Strike combined are a little bit more of a thing I like. But the cutting black out of there, like, can turn us a little better for future packs. Especially because both of those red cards I think are fairly strong. One of the best commons in red and a pretty strong early drop. Wicker Folk, Earth Rumbler? I don't hate you. Earth Rumbler gets kind of big. Engine Rat and Wicker Folk are the things in black. Speeder's fine. Roadside Blowout's fine. This thing's pretty good. Run Over's quite good. But yeah, so trying to like push out red and see if I can't push that somewhere else. I like Earth Rumbler because its exile effect is like a freebie crew and it's a huge creature. 7/6 is gigantic, and like the setup in black green has a lot of ways of dumping things. We got us a Gas Guzzler, we got a Stampede Scurryfoot. I've talked about this as a very powerful piece for value and gumming up the board. The Refueler here is also a pretty nasty card. This gets a lot better like in our last draft, this was not it was a strong piece, but not a key piece. Guzzler is the only black card. That's an interesting, they're both ones. Do I want to continue cutting that hard? Do I want to continue with the Earth Rumbling? What's Refueler? This is the re-exhaust. This thing's pretty nasty too. Between these three, I think I like the Scurryfoot more than I like the Gas Guzzler. Refueler is such a. I'm gonna go with the Scurryfoot. I'm gonna scurry around. We'll see what happens. Okay, what we're seeing is a continuation of black being moved out in here. Perhaps, luckily with the green, we're still going good. I like Pothole Mole a lot. This is a card that's like a good card to fill the graveyard, a good card to like keep us going in land drops. So, and a lot of these cards want, like Earth Rumbler wants us there, Grim Bobble helps us there. I guess it looks like Ben still can't deal with it. The other cards in this pack I like Gallant Strike. That Radiant Lotus does not strike me as a limited card. I like Trip Up. Green feeling fine. Black feeling a little looser. Detention Chariot. Guidelight Synergist. Guidelight Synergist I like a little less with the green white. It doesn't have as much things in the green to push it away. The white here is looking, so it's like 6-drop v 6-drop, basically like in color versus out with Chariot holding a little. I'm gonna keep the so I think in green I've passed a Bite and I've passed, there's also the Archfiend. I'm a little worried in the black right now. I'm gonna try and keep the green and see what color 2 can come up with. Spire Mechanic, Risky Shortcut, Voyage Home, Collision Course, Ride's End. tap another mount or vehicle? Ride's End is quite good. I respect the hell out of that card. Um, all right, we're doing a little bit of hedging, a little bit of oh boy. Spray, Scoured Barrens, hilarious. Lets me do the both on this. Maximum Overdrive is a trick I'm always scared as hell of, and so it's something I might be fine picking up. This is a bit more aggressive of a body than what this looks like. I'm gonna try and see if we can't get the payoff on the green-black. We'll see. Surveyor is a fine filler. Blossoming Sands lets us fix for Ride's End if we end up doing that. But, like, this is, like, above rate filler in my mind. Like, 3/3 that can cycle off. I like Quick Welder, but not in the green. I don't like Brightfield Mustang. I don't think it's very good. I think this is Surveyor versus Blossoming Sand, and I'm going to keep on the wow, Glider is flying saddle 3. I'll take this Dune Drift here. Put this aside. Rambler, light wheel enhancement, rugged Highland. It's like Artillerist going around for the blue red deck. I don't think this is making it, but I'm grabbing these things here. White does seem open, but like the things we see here, like again, the Quick Welder really doesn't work with what we see. Pick the Scoured Barrens though. This actually might help in the long term. Okay. Okay. All right. Now white is going here. Hello. Oh, that one was easy. Damn. All right. Well. Sure. Like, I would love to have Nesting Bot. I'd love to have Defend the Rider. I'd be fine with Locks on Surveyor. This is one of the more aggressive bits I like here. But, like, Gonosaur Rex is an 8/8 for 6. Or, sorry, for 5 with a trick cycling. That's really powerful. So we have white in here. We have black in here. Those look like our secondary colors. And we'll have to keep an eye out for, like, what we can end up doing with those. Nesting Bot is a card I have a lot of respect for. I like the card a lot. Defend the Rider, I think, is a really good trick. And, like, Night Market is in here as well. So some things we can pick up. Let's go ahead and pick up the Agnosaur. Obviously, there's no, like... That wasn't a pick with, you know, a choice. That was an auto... Hello. Achik? Also looking at Molt Tender, also looking at Omnivore, also looking at Grimbobble, also looking at Jungle Hollow across our combination, just as, like, what we have going on here. Achik gets a lot more powerful if we're able to pick up things like Molt Tender, and if our creature count is a little higher. Or I guess it counts artifacts too, so, like, that's actually not so bad with, like, Grimbobble. I think Molt Tender would be my generic pick here if I wasn't picking Achik. I find this card, like, pretty exciting. Like, as a late game, hey, the board gets flooded and then we have a way of winning just by having a go wide. We're still unsure if black will be around, but I think black will be around more in this pack. We've got access to strong fixing. This is pretty strong fixing. The big thing about this is that it fixes to double black, and double black is what we have for Achik. We also just have Scurryfoot I can pick up and not, like, not worry so much about Wastewood Verge. I think I want... I would rather have more copies of Scurryfoot. I know this is really strong fixing, but I think we're just, like, I want this to be a lot more green main. Oh, well, hilarious. Okay. But I can't really, in my mind, it's hard to pass up Demonic Junker. Demonic Junker, Hazard of the Dunes, Ketrodon, Sideswipe as well, and Wickerfolk. These are all, like, this is 6 cards I'm fine with in the deck. Sideswipe being able to sack off like a Grimbobble or a Scurryfoot or things like that. I'm gonna pick up the Kill Spell body here. This can get quite big, and it's only a couple artifacts like the Grimbobble to get it to a low enough cost for me to be happy with it. Javelineer is a like offensive piece. Broken Wings, I'm fine playing a copy of in any deck in this format. Oil Gorger, I don't see us having a lot of starter engines. We only have the Surveyor at the moment, and I think Starting Column. Those aren't. Take 1 Broken Wings. Point the Way, Maximum Overdrive. Ascendant, huh? Okay, hold on. Point the Way would give us some earlier stuff. I'm not as big on this in a limited context. Embalmed Ascendant would be like, we do this. Like, this is what I would end up doing here, where it's like, we do Embalmed Ascendant, we have our Scoured Barrens, and we have this as like a few bodies, and it works out with Opchick. I actually like that. Okay, that's actually interesting enough for me to pick. River Churn Monument with Unstoppable Plan, hilarious. Nesting Bot the third. I like Nesting Bot. This deck isn't main enough white in my mind for this card to function for us. And even if it, like, I don't see it having a ton of synergy with what we have. It has synergy with the Demonic Junker best. Maybe I'm underestimating. No, you know what? No, let's grab this. Hold on. I'm underselling that one. Ooze Patrol? Okay. Ooze Patrol is another card that, like Otchick, cares about our card count and grave, artifact, and creatures. It has a little mill based on it, so it works with the Pothole Mole. It works with Grimbobble, bits like that. Pretty nice one. The Voyage Home. I love Big Dog, too, yeah. On our table, we've got Surveyor on the crackback. I'm fine with another Surveyor. This is a fine. Our low curve is a little, okay, this is a good card to fill the low curve out. I'm a little worried about our 2-drop stuff. We have no 2-drops to mow. We're looking for, as far as 2-drops in black and green, we're looking for the 2/1 Death Toucher Legak. We're looking for Omnivore. We're looking for the Wickerfolk. Those are our, I'll take Ticket Tortoise. Maybe that ends up fitting that spot in. Every card I wanted in this pack is gone. Obviously, it's a little late for that. Our deck is a little too... Alright, last one here. We got another Earth Rumbler. We've got a Hazard of the Dunes, which I'm debating between these two, basically. I think Hazard is a little bit more... We don't have one of these. I think that's an important piece. I don't think there's any other cards that I would consider in this pack right now. I'm not going to be splashing either of these white cards. Our engines don't get started quick enough. We don't have enough of an artifact count. Deathless Pilot. Yeah, I love Earth Rumbler, but we don't have any dunes, and we got to have some dunes. Wretched Doll? Okay. But Grimbobble number 2. I'd like to have a bit more kill spells. We don't have any real big ones. We're missing out on... We also don't have some... Okay, we need some Death Touchers in this deck. That's a way that, like, this deck kind of holds the fort. Grimbobble gives us a little bit more removal. The Wretched Doll is also fine. Pothole Mole would be another consideration in here. Let's go with that. We might see if the white is played in here for, like, the Ride's End and the Ascendant. It might get cut. Not sure I know what deck the Deathless Pilot's for. Ooh, Broodheart Engine. That's a nice pickup here. Broodheart Engine versus Hazard of the Dunes. Broodheart has a pickup on Otchick and Junker and even Ketrodon or Agonosaur. Those are all fine things for Broodheart Engine to do. It's also something we can get down fairly early. I think it's like this is the other card in the pack I would be after, but it is not going to be the pick. Okay, happy to get a Wickerfolk. This is this card acts as a bit of a smoother. Pothole Mole would also be a consideration, but I don't feel like we have enough like stuff to do on 2 to hold the fort against a little bit more of an aggressive bit, and this card does some work there. Love the Sky Seeker Serpent. Love, still want to build something with Kodalin, but that's more, in my mind, a bit more constructed. Pothole Mole, like, Bossry, I don't think we're... Oh, I'm actually fine with a Velociheart Bike. Bossry is not the card I want on my Splash as a 1-drop. Velociheart Bike gives me a little bit more of a... Like, is, in my mind, a better starting column, but, like, I might still play both if I'm going to have the white in here. Roadside Assistance, Hazard. Okay, Hazard again. Another one of these. I'm quite happy about that. This is a solid level creature. Having multiple hazards and multiple Scurryfoots makes me feel pretty good about the quality of the green in this deck. Tune-up. Return target artifact, so we can pick up the Junker. We can't pick up most of our big things. I would love a piece of recursion in here, but I don't think tune-up is this deck. We don't have any of the brood. Nah. Sure. Surveyor. Coming around. Yeah, this is like not much going on here. Camera launcher. Okay, we've got some Wranglers that I'm not like huge on. Okay. Black-green with some white. We'll see in the end if we actually do want to include the white in here. These are the only cards I think are really above the line for inclusion. The rest of these don't have the power of a splash card in my mind. Embalmed Ascendant I'm a little worried about, but like it's enough of a body, like because we don't have a lot of start your engines, so like it going is hard. Oh, we also have Dune Drifter. Maybe I should hold on. I actually have that in consideration on the as like our piece of recursion in this deck. Okay. Nesting Bot's out. That's not on this. I don't think Ticket Tortoise is necessary. I'm gonna cut out some of our filler level 3s. I don't think anything up top goes unless Ride's End and Ascendant go. It would be like that, or him, that. At 43, move the starting column. Remove the starting column and Embalmed Ascendant. That brings us to 41. And we cut the Dune Drifter and we're at 40. Is Collision Course that mediocre? No, it's fine. I don't like. I worry about it on the splash. So here, the thing about the thing about splashing a third color is that I want my splash cards to be worth the effort. Like, imagine the world where I top deck the planes. The Ride's End's still in here too, dang. The world where I top deck the planes, and like how much does that change the game? And like I think Collision Course is fine. I think it's below Ride's End in my mind. It needs us to have a board in most cases to be useful. We're not like we have like fine amounts of board presence, but not a huge. We're not like stickier creatures. So Ride's End is something I like as a catch-all. Anthony Cardsham, thanks for the sub. I appreciate it. Embalmed Descendant has that feeling in the world where we can get it to max speed. It's 3-4 stats spread on 2 cards, and like the drain on it's powerful, especially combined with Hot Chick. But like I don't know that we're able to get the speed going on this. Dune Drifter is actually one I value because, like, again, by the time I draw the white, I expect I'll be on like 6 mana, and then I can slam this down and pick up a hazard or something like that. This deck feels like it's missing a piece of like legitimate recursion. We have all Broodheart engine. That's not too bad. The other thing about the other thing about splashing is looking at what the bottom of our deck looks like. The bottom of our deck, as far as like power, looks like like some of our surveyors, and that's kind of like what I'm seeing as the bottom of the deck. Like, these are not huge because like these are just, again, I've called them filler level a couple times, and that's what they are to me. And so like if we put in like starting column plus 1 or 2 of the white cards, would that end up with a better deck? You know, if it was like Ride's End and Dune Drifter, would those be better? Or to like, do I want to like just keep this and like go with the consistency here? Like, the fact that this deck is a lot of like, not just, you know, having a number of like some 2 ofs, 3 ofs. There's a lot of cards in here in my mind that are like similar big guy. We have a couple of removal spells. The removal's not as great as I want it to be. The big thing I feel like I'm missing in this deck is the like pile of Death Touch idiots at the bottom of the curve. Those do a really good job of like, we've seen it in a lot of games we play where like, you know, single rat means that Ooze Patrol or Hazard of the Dunes can't get in. What is our stats like? 15 creatures and the 2 instant. Okay, so like our Ooze Patrol and Atchik go off pretty wildly. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and try this. Let's give it a rundown. Thinking about that draft, again, there's like the first pick. I think the green was the correct spin to go off of on that first pack. We saw a pretty decent amount that I was happy with. Might have even like, it might have been like most advantageous if I gone with the bite spell and pick 1, but I don't think that I would have done that against the cards that existed there. This looks fine. Bit of our higher up curve, but we've got Bobble as a low removal spell, and then like body, big body. So feeling fine. Like drawing some lands here. We'll be doing fine. Hopefully our opponent just plays some sort of 2 that's, yep, there we go. A 2 that is killable. Exactly what I want to see for this Grim Bobble. So we can go Surveyor into Hazard. We can have Maximum Overdrive hanging out as a Rocksworn Monk. Interesting. Ramp for artifacts, but in green as your... Interesting. Okay. This could also be used for activated abilities, so it can be used for Exhaust. Maybe it's Exhaust, but it's not splashing white. You're playing a Lean and Surveyor. You're not exactly... Oh, shit. I see. Okay. So, Mu Yangling here gives flying to all vehicles and also gives them card draw on, like, flyers hitting. They have this to hit. Luckily for us, one of the big things we have is that Hazard of the Dunes has reach. This gives us a little bit more of a safe defense. If they have a removal spell for the Hazard, that'd be pretty bad. Okay, they've got draw 3. I think our next setup, if we don't draw land, it's Wicker Folk. If we do draw land, it's... Wicker Folk and Broodheart Engine? Don't like that draw 3. Hey, Doc, thanks for the raid. Hello. Okay, let's try and find ourselves... if I put down Earth Rumbler, that could be a bit more aggressive of a line. Ah, thank you. I'm gonna go for the Earth Rumbler here. The idea behind putting down the Earth Rumbler right now is that the Earth Rumbler represents a pretty damn aggressive threat. And, like, we still are fine with a land draw if we don't use these surveils. Okay. They have the activation on that. Terrifying. Yeah. So that means they can attack in and, like... We can recur this. This is fine. It's annoying, but it's fine. Alright, drawing a land is fine here. Drawing... Honestly, a lot of draws are like, look okay here. Let's get Wreckage Wickerfolk down. Give us that Surveil to start. I don't really want to draw that Surveyor. That can be some food. And then I'm going to get the Broodheart engine into play here. Let's go ahead and... I should have post-combated that. What am I thinking? I'm thinking that I had 6 lands is more what I was thinking. I think they're just taking 7, though. That's fine. Okay. Alright, yeah, from here, let's get rolling. We have good defense. Okay, that just gives things you... That's funny. That gives things you use to crew flying, which already happens. We're not coming in anytime soon, so we're safe for a little while. We can push with Earth Rumbler? There's no way you're activating Veteran Beast Rider and coming in, right? Like, I don't... I will eat the Surveyor to block that. Yeah, there's no attack here. Alright, Surveil. What are we looking at? Not really a draw I'm interested. That's better as a piece of a piece to eat. Ooh, the more we eat. Okay. That is feeling good. I think we're gonna Earth Rumble and then post-combat... maybe we won't post-combat anything. Crew 3, let's go. So we've got some, like, blocks that look kind of obvious here, but we've got the trick available, so we're going to let them pump. And then we're going to maximum overdrive. And this gets through for the Death Touch Trample. And let's get the Surveyor down. Missed point with Wreckage Wickerfolk. Okay, don't care about that. That's fine. Do we have enough for the activation? We do. I should be getting in with the Wickerfolk. That's a missed opportunity. Yeah, I think that's still good. Alright, they have one activation, so they could go, like, Beast Rider plus Mewling to block. In that instance, we lose the Earth Rumbler, but we kill the pump for their team? I think that's fine. And we get to throw down the hazard. Remember to get in for one. Don't miss that point. I missed one already. Okay, we're going to keep Veteran Beast Rider as our final card. So we're going to team pump. We're going to clear these two. That's good, because Wu Yang Ling, like, is a card I'm afraid of out of them. They're flat 3 color. Surveyor's active. Let's go ahead and play out the Hazard of the Dunes. See if we can't push forward. A lot of mana, that's double activation plus 1. Sure, that is a body. They've got 1 activation available. If I draw a land, I'd be pretty happy to be able to attack out with things. Do they have like a pickup? They're looking in their grave. Oh, they have the pickup like a mount plus a... That doesn't get much. Yeah, that gets Wu Yang Ling, which is quite good, but... Okay. So they don't have a pump right now. Surveil 1. I'm going to put this in the grave. 6 is, like, that's great, but it's not a land for our very cool play here. I think we are going to push in with everything and let Otchik sort it out. I think we're pushing in with the squad and letting Otchik sort this out. Like, we're gonna have, like, 7 tokens from this, and, like, we're at 20. We're in a just fine position. So they get the 3-2. So you might look at this and be like, Jens, you just, like, ran your Wretched Wickerfolk in for death. You ran your Loxodon Surveyor in for death, and I'd say, you're right, I did do both of those things. They're going to lose the Loxodon Surveyor. We're going to lose these two. That's fine. We still get in for 4. I can't pump that, or else I would. This doesn't trample, you know. But this gets 2 more bodies in the grave. Hello. Hello. So... what's the answer? If you kill it, I still have the Broodheart engine. I love this card, by the by. Okay, lifelink. Sure. Lifelink on your flyer. Draw a card. That's not bad. And, of course, the other card we saw them pick up, the Omnivore. You wanted to crew before doing that, I think. You'd gain 1 more life. Alright, so you get draw a card. By the way, I said Wu Yang Ling is like, not as strong as the cat. The cat is like a wild bard. Like, it's still incredibly strong. Ooze Patrol, yeah, you're doing fine. That's a card I'm happy with. Anyway, combat. Like, what do you want? My math says they're dead. No. They're gonna go to 1. They have to block Hazard of the Dunes with a 4 toughness creature. They have to block Mutant Surveyor, which will also go down. They're going to get Otchik out of here, but I have a way to recur Otchik, so okay. And these have, like, these go through. Like, these get extra damage. Let's go ahead and pump the, Mutant Surveyor. I'd rather not have it die for free. Otchick will die, but that is the point. Opponent goes to 1. Do we have them dead? Anything down here? No. Alright. Well, hello. 14 of them. If you Wrath of God, you take 14 damage. Very happy to see the deck immediately get to pull off its main crux in a game like this. Seeing Otchick work at this rate feels pretty good. I was a little scared that Mu Yangling was going to take over that game, but our opponent didn't really have the evasive pieces to do so. Thank goodness. Like, that could have been way worse. This looks good. I talked about replacement level stuff, but we just got like a curve of bodies, and Otchick loves to see a curve of bodies. So, what we want to see here is some of our more mid-range mill pieces that are a little more effective. I'm not going to trade with that sarcophagus. I'm gonna let them get the speed. I would rather like use the surveyor and trade. Oh my god, are we 5 color? Yo! Uh-oh! If this card's activatable, it's very good. Because that becomes a 8/7. That would also explain the Walking Sarcophagus. This is a card you play for your curve, and you play because it doesn't cost color. And this is a card you play because it's very strong. Okay. I can't attack anymore. Attacking is no longer legal. I'm gonna go ahead and get the Wicker Folk down over the Surveyor. I want to try and make sure that lands 5 and 6 are coming up, and also, like, start filling up the yard for Otchick and Ooze Patrol. They don't have evasion on this stuff, so, like, Otchick can kind of play the ground game a little better. I like our opponent. Okay. I am willing to throw both these down. I really want to draw that land, and this is, you know, food for Ooze Patrol, if nothing else. Drawing, stamping, eating Scurryfoot doesn't work well when we're on 4 exactly. So we're gonna start filling up the yard. We have enough here for enough of a block. If our opponent does turn on the Pathfinder, we can like kill it. Or if they just decide to come in, we have a 2-for on it. If need be. That's not great, but it gets it off the damn board. Okay, Buggy, that gets them a treasure? That gets them a treasure. Oh my god, okay. That's hilarious. I am gonna go ahead and double block here, trade. I know that is not great for card advantage, but it's great for the Ooze Patrol. And I'm going to depend on the Ooze Patrol to take the position we have here. I think this might be a little greedy. Okay, Broodheart down. We got a 4-mana 7/7. Welcome, everybody. We got 4-mana 7/7s. Get in there. This isn't blocking because of the veteran Beast Rider. If they have flat removal here, that'd be bad. I'd love to untap and have the cycling up from this. All right, more fixing. Yep. 4 mana 7/7s will never die. What you got? What are you thinking? I'm gonna block here. What are we doing here? Are we just doing this for speed, or do we have the indestructible Death Touch combat trick off color? If you have the indestructible Death Touch combat trick off color, you get me. That's fine. Extremely funny and is it extremely funny in your choice to have you set themed around speed, having the limited format go very slow? I think it's kind of funny. Okay, so they just wanted to cycle the monolith. I wasn't certain how slow this was going to end up being, but it has shown, like, we have seen that, like, Boros aggro has a harder time coming together. The defensive pieces are strong, so are the late game green pieces. Okay, I'm gonna go with Earth Rumbler here. This is a body that threatens the board really well, and it also dodges some removal. We can eat creatures if we have to. Though I hope not to have to do that. This attack gets us our max speed, and that's important with the Surveyor and the Surveyor and the Surveyor. In Grave, we already have a Broodheart, so we don't have any, like, recursion, but we do want bodies for Otchik down there. Love me a 4 mana 7/7 though. It's been it's been time. Alright. We are okay. We are coming in, huh? Well, blocking. Let's have it. What's your trick? You obviously have something, right? What's your post-combat here? A Wrath. Okay. Sure, you wanted me to get these things out of play, but little do you realize the power that has been given to me. So let's Pothole Mole. Mill 3, we're gonna go ahead and pick up a forest. Gonna go ahead and play that. We'll go ahead and play out Mutant Surveyor, I think, as well. Our opponent has 1 card in hand. Not a lot to be aggressive with, and that means it is time for our dance to end. It's so much. Okay, you gain some life. That's pretty good. Don't crew it now. Don't. No! That wasn't when you wanted to crew it. Seven, yeah, and bump once. 3, 6, 8, 8, 6, whatever. I didn't need that bump. Oh no! I think we still had them pretty dead to rights regardless, but like, okay. I have to say, want to say, heavy respect. Love what our opponent has going on here. They have the fixing set for this. They're playing Heartbike and Starting Column. They have the powerful cards that I think you want for something like this. So if you're playing a 3-color deck, as I said, if you're doing splashing, your splashing has to be worth it, right? And you take a look at the cards we saw to them, it's like, okay, like fixing, fixing, fixing. like filler level, like easy, very easy to play. You can play it no matter what your mana base looks like. Fixing. Power. Power with fixing. Power. Like, explosive getaway, this card alone in certain instances can just be the game, right? We were able to put our opponent, like, they had too many bodies in play that they had to trade off to make it useful. But yeah, like what our opponent has going on, especially with like enough duels to make this functional. Obviously, there's some sort of black splash hidden in here too. The blue might just be treasure, but there's enough treasure for the pit cruiser to go off, and the pit cruiser was doing a lot of heavy lifting. So yeah, fun to look at, fun to take a look at. But so the speed of the format, as Doc was mentioning in chat, is one of those things that definitely the brakes have to be hit in this set, because like it's very easy for the vehicles to end up with I will keep this based on the Velocibike. We can play bike plus bobble on 3 to stop a faster start, and we have some haymakers to follow up with. So we should be fine. Oh, and we've got black if we do need it for bobble on like 2. We're gonna lie for a little bit. Not long. Oh, blue-black with like a control bent, huh? Interesting. Let's get the bike down. Junker looking great. Looking great, Junker. That's what they say. That's the snatch your way. Looking cool, Junker. Thopterist. I'm fine with like Bop the Thopterist, Dunes. There might be a better target for the bobble, but I kind of want to get it down. We're getting a lot of lands, and I'd like to have the bobble in play to be able to, like, start flickering. I can't... If I play the... Yeah, I can't get the bike going, which is fine, but that's okay. We are going to take out the Thopterist because we can just block the other one there. So Junker is a creature from both players, yeah, and if you blow up your own, you get 2 counters. And it's up to, you don't have to. So we're still holding, oh, we got a lot of, okay. Ketrodon will do some lifting here then, I guess. But also this good old Hazard of the Dunes will, do great as well. Ah! That also is a fine thing. You know, we have more affinity than I thought we were going to end up with. Ketrodon, I was a little lower on, but we've seen how good Big Beef just plays in this format. And so I feel my earlier evaluations comparing it to, like, the, like, Hippo out of Ixalan or some of our other 6/6s of that size, maybe a little off base. Do you have a removal spell? You have Haunt the Network. Oh, we're getting drained 4? Well, we gained 4 off of the Ketrodon, so that's fine. We also have a lot of reach going on here. This card, by the way, one of the most powerful pieces in this deck particularly. Alright, 7th land is quite nice here. We can start doing some threats, I think. I think it's fine for us to turn the team sideways and start moving. If they want to trade all in on the Ketrodon, they can do that. If they want to trade all in on the Hazard of the Dunes, they can do that. But the Hazard has trample, and the Ketrodon asks for almost all of their board. We're going to go ahead and take this and just take half their life total then. Yeah. Alright. Do you have an unsummon for me? That'd be pretty strong if you do. Okay. Good feeling. I think I'm okay, because we have a life pad, I'm okay with that. But that, oh, that life pad's gone. Okay, never mind. Multiple networks being haunted. Do we still have an unsummon in the back too? Uh-oh. Luckily we do have a lot of flying blockers. We're good on producing bodies to make this look a little better for us. Let's go ahead and all of a sudden that They turned this one much quicker as far as the who the aggressor is. Very glad with how much reach we have available. We can kind of keep this rolling, and hopefully, if like a big threat comes down, we have Junker. The Hazard of the Dunes could be our long-term game-winning threat. They can still get through for 4 here. That's not great if we're holding removal. Okay. Gonna crew using this. That's fine. Two cards left in hand. We're not seeing another Haunt the Network. Oh, we are just rolling through, huh, though. We have another Hazard of the Dunes, thank goodness. And I think we have to block that Nimble Thopterist. We're doing okay. It's just not great. Like, we're going to 4, and they have 5 flyers, right? Like, this could be better. It's enough to not die. I guess the pump with my Hazard of the Dunes really did catch me there. That they were able to extremely turn that corner much faster than I thought by how much that like turned the game effectively with a time lock. Like, well played on that. If we have another bounce spell, we're dead on board, or if we have another removal spell, so. But I just did not think we were able, that their offense was as strong as it was going to be. Okay, this is just a crew. So, problems we're seeing here. The problems we're seeing here is that there's enough evasion to kill me, right? I'm gonna have to spend the Demonic Junker on a token, I think. Demonic Junker can't just kill vehicles, right? Up to 1 creature that player controls. Okay. Alright. We're going to eat the Ketrodon as well, because that gives it the ability to be removed. So this is enough to make it so we don't die on the current attack. We block the Hull Drifter with the 4/4, we block a 1/1 with the 1/3, we're fine. If they're holding it, well... Ooh, and they got Winter too, that's quite nice. Yeah, that one, this loss is on me for the overcommitment onto their life total and the misevaluation of how quickly they could turn the corner with the Haunt the Networks. Well played on their end. Let's go ahead and get blasted by it. We haven't seen Haunt the Network. We've seen the 1/1, or the 3/4 that drains, but Haunt the Network is a card that, like, turns this deck very scary. Yeah, they were able to find, like, you know, their last turn play was their Hull Drifter, so they were able to draw into more, you know, powerful lines there. Yeah, because our alternative to pumping our 4/4 was to, like, deploy, like, a 4/4 again with a 3/1 flyer or something like that. Just get some more presence on the board and that. Ooh, love this. Okay. We're going first. We have the curve. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. If our opponent is in any way playing the long game, I think we just smoke them. Okay. Like, I'm pretty sure that we just go ahead and take a game where our opponent, like, misses. Okay, they didn't miss that drop. That's good. I'm going to go ahead and offer this trade. Specifically because the Omnivore, getting this off of them when they're on a mulligan, I think is important, and also getting them off of, ooh, that's a powerful piece. Okay. So we're gonna go Lockstone Surveyor, pre-combat. I think they've got a cycling piece for that Marauding Mako. We're doing this so that we can get the, no? Okay. So this thing, whenever they discard a card, +1/+1 counters, and with the, you can see where their deck is going immediately. They've got a obvious and powerful setup. They also have the early setup. I said that we were able to kind of walk over somebody who's taking a lot of time. Okay, all right. We're moving out for blood here. I see. Let's send dunes and let's move in. This is the clone. I think that their board that makes sense. They would rather cycle this. Having the Hazard of the Dunes, I think, is quite nice here. If they attack, I don't think I take a block. I'm not. I think that they would have the Howler Heavy and some other things to swap for that, and I'm not willing to make that trade. Flopterist, okay. Okay. I'm willing to use Broken Wings to save this here. This also gets some trample damage through, pushes the aggressive line at them. That's enough to make them leave. Oh no! Wait! Hold on, I gotta go back to the board. Betrayal. I can't believe it. How could the Hazard of the Dunes do this to us? Yeah, our long game strategy here is just the fact that, like, chick on a trading, but like that there I think is, you know, again we're there. This hits them down to 7 with 7 power on the board. I trust them to know how their long game works. All right, 3 wins, 1 loss. I like where we're at. It's not a betrayal, it's just watching from front row. Gain the lead. But yeah, quite happy with what we're looking at here. This deck is like the graveyard synergy stuff I find really fun. I think that there's a lot of like enablers that work well and payoffs that are high. I think our weakest piece is like a little bit of lacking in long-term removal. But we absolutely have like beef. Yeah, right here. This is really great. I like having the Broodheart engine. Getting to I love this card. This card is one of my talk about like designs. Like this one is just a really strong piece. You get to keep this in play. You get to rev the King engine. You get to set up your draws. Search for Mercanta is a card that's just like legitimately good. Sometimes that card never flips, and it makes sure you're like the card quality of your deck when you're on Surveil 1 every turn is very high. Wow. Okay. All right. And that's a fair assessment, I think, right there. That choice. All right. Let's roll. We might miss with this. That's okay, though, because that would get a lot of power into the grave. We did not miss, though, and we hit a piece for adding down there. So we've got the board under our purview. Happy about that. Let's move on in, see what happens. I think our opponent's holding some sort of, like, removal piece. I would rather get Hazard of the Dunes down. Oh, okay. They want to. Okay. Perhaps that's not a removal piece. Perhaps we are just. They know that we're adding 4 power minimum to the board, and they don't have any board presence. Okay. But yeah, so the engine though, Surveil 1, you've seen a lot of games that like come down to like, we need that late game draw to like, what the card quality at the end is, and it cannot be stated how strong Surveil 1 is in those situations. The ability to bypass your dead land draws or decide, this 2-drop isn't worth it. Very heavy. The Collector. All right. I'm okay with this. We got a interactive piece, forward-facing piece, scurry foot, hold down the game. End of 2. All right. We got Reef Roads. This sounds like a... Ooh, love you, Sundial. Absolutely love Sundial. Of the vanilla legends, this one is my favorite. I will throw Mutant Surveyor and the land down both. We're gonna find, for one, we're gonna find the land with the pothole mole for 5, and then like we'll draw 6 naturally. And Surveyor, I don't know, I'm just not convinced it's a good enough body right now, especially because like this is our 3, this is our 4. Surveyor is not our 5, I don't think. No thanks, I'll take 3. I mean, I don't like taking 3, but I will. Aether Jacket, okay. We have a blocker for that, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and Pothole Mole. We have a guaranteed pickup. We get to put some material in the grave. Perfect, that's some great material to put in the grave. That's, now we got 3 pieces down there for the ooze. We also have enough to, like, block the Sundial Tyrant. I can just, like, double block if I feel like it. The tricks out of blue and white aren't enough to make that double block, super bad. Worst would be like an unsummon and then kill 1 anyway. Mendicant Core. Okay. Mendicant Core. Not Medicant Core. Can't kill Mendicant Core. Mendicant Core. Sorry, can't kill that with Grim Bobble. I can kill that with Broken Wings. And that might be the line here. I don't think this is a card I want to... I don't know. I don't know that I need to kill this until it's like getting close to max speed. As is, it's strong, but not the end of the world. Let's play our land and pass. I think our situation is fine. We have Scurryfoot activation. We have Broken Wings if something goes, like, weird. Aether Jacket can kill another artifact, so they can flyer for flyer here at sorcery speed. Okay. So this, like, sort of Pithing Needle's a card. I used the Stampeding Scurryfoot beforehand, so they can't name Scurryfoot and turn me off of my end of turn play. The 3/3, threatens all of their relevant board. The Hazard of the Dunes, they saw. That's a good choice. That's an excellent choice. Like, that's a very smart forward-facing choice. Big respect on that. I think I'm playing the engine and then getting in with, like, the 3/3 body? Leaving up Maximum Overdrive and Broken Wings. Take these broken wings. I can Grim Bobble the... Okay, if I'm gonna play the engine, I might want to Grim Bobble the Aether Jacket. Aether Jacket is sorcery speed? Yes. Let's confirm, let's make sure we're good, everything's great, it's fine, we're good. Alright, pass turn. So, pile of 3/3s, they might try to get in with this flyer. Okay, easy crew access, that's pretty good. If they try to get in with the flyer, I think I Wreckage Wickerfolk and go for Maximum Overdrive on it. I think I'm fine spending my trick there. The alternate line is I take it out with Broken Wings, but that leaves me with a no answer for Mendicant Core. I might not need an answer from Mendicant Core, but... Alright, let's overdrive. I like this for mana usage. It lets me Broodheart Engine plus Broken Wings on the follow-up turn. Alright. Got their flyer out of here. We're in a good... Ooh, Hazard of the Dunes. Hazard looks really nice on this board. Alright, let's push in with the Wicker Folk. That's the only thing that can. Obviously, like, the Interface Ace does, like, fine duty. Yeah, we can go Hazard. Hazard is the most effective attacker we have as well, with Broken Wings backing it for double block scenarios. I'm feeling pretty good about our position. Like, I think they have to, like, Ride's End or Flood, yeah, on Hazard, and, like, we can Broken Wings to get that back, too. Opponent doesn't have really any... Oh, boy! Do I want to play that, or do I want to cycle that? +2/+2, trample indestructible. I feel like I want to... If I cycle it... If I cycle it, I can pick it up with Broodheart. But if I just play it, it's an 8/8 and I can pick it up with Broodheart. Let's get aggressive. Let's put it down. If they flood it, we can Broken Wings get it back. If they Rides End it, like, that's their whole turn. And they don't have the 5th land for that. Okay. That's a good position for us. And 6th land for Ketradon. Alright, let's move. If they triple block, we just have Broken Wings and that ends it. Yeah. Triple block and, that ends it. I've seen this deck before. Yeah. Deja vu. Is that what you're feeling? Have you been in this place before? Higher and higher? I'm feeling that too. We haven't got to play Heart of Fire, though. I'd put on the Eurobeat playlist, but, like, that's... Ooh, damn, okay. Again, another nice-looking hand. Broken Wings is a catch-all. This is a good removal spell. And as I said before, love the Surveyor. I think this card does so much for, like... Oh, do we have Shock? You are? They have Shock, they're not using it? Ooh. Love to see Bike. Get the red line themes going? Yeah. I think I'll leave that as an exercise to the viewer, you know? Oh, shit. Oh, that ain't great. Oh, I'm not certain I like that. Yeah, I'm not certain I like that at all. Yeah, free goblins. Okay. That ain't great. Yep. In for 4, no blocks, speed 3. This makes a bunch of mana. Yeah, we can Junker it next turn to just get it off the table, which is probably worth it because of, like, the necessity of not having them having a goblin engine. I think that's important. So we're gonna call in Junker. We can't even. Oh damn! I would love to be able to bobble this too. All right, hold on. I'm gonna do this for a little bit. We're not gonna kill our own Scurryfoot here. The alternate line here would be Scurryfoot activation bobble. My problem with that is that it leaves the Howl Heavy squad on the field and they can just build a board for a long-term play. Like, it's a good defensive play, but, like, it's not enough to stop them from just getting a bunch of 1-1s. I'd rather get the engine off the board before we get in trouble, you know? Gonna get in trouble. Uh-oh. That hands off double strike once our engines are started, and, I think... Please put the counter on the 1-1 or the... Okay, so we can kill the Ox. Thank goodness, but we can't kill the Pride of the Road. So they're max speed, they can hand off double strike every turn. They're on 3 in hand still? Dang, that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and get... We got a lot of vehicles in here. God damn. Yeah, that's fine. That's a smart choice in case I have another, like, Junker to hit this with. We're gonna pass turn, and I am gonna use the Scurryfoot activation on the next turn, I think. They have a Black Splash? I wonder what that is. Speed? That might be a speed card. Because this deck feels like it has a lot of speed going on. Start your engines, max speed, yep. Sure, that's fine. I think I'm going to put the... Yeah, Far Fortune, or even, like, that zombie that has a max speed. There's a couple black zombies that have max speed liking things. None of the blocks here make sense. I don't want to take 6. I'm willing to put this in the grave to get Earth Rumbler active. I don't know how necessary that is. But I also, I don't want to let this through right now. Not in the position we're in. Post-combat, they have 4 cards in hand. They have to have some sort of board building continuation. If it's the zombie the zombie maker, that's a Drain Life. Dune Drifter, that's a... Oh, yeah, Dune Drifter pick up the Ox? Sure. That's pretty good. Alright, we are able to... Let's just go ahead and Earth Rumbler. Earth Rumbler trades for Pride of the Road, which isn't great, but it is extant, it works, it functions. So I'm not, like, sad about this. There's so many vehicles here in my car. Now, if they have a kill spell for Earth Rumbler, I feel like that's where we fall over, if they actually have a way to, like, knock that out. They don't have double black to run it down. They might be able to... They don't have enough to ride it down either. This thing's Vigilance and doesn't tap. So, like, they can't, like, ride Zend. Ooh, this is a really good card for them. I talked about this thing's requirements being a little high, but with the Goblin Maker, all of a sudden, this is... Like, if we had not killed the Goblin Maker, this is one of the cards that would have all of a sudden, like, swarmed us. In a long-term game. I want Pride of the Road dead. I think Bulwark... Actually, oh, I can't. Uh-oh. Ooh, Ox back is pretty bad for us, actually. That can sack for indestructible on creatures with counters. Okay. Alright, you want to check out my cool play? They have to put the counter on the Ox, or else we block it for not free, but like effectively free. Alright, check out how I'm gonna try and answer the Ox in a stupid way. Because I want to keep Earth Rumbler around for Pride of the Road killing. What I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and exile our Scurryfoot mouse. If they have a trick here, I think we just die on the spot, but I'm going to try it anyway. Then we're going to go ahead and use the Junker. Alright. Putting a stop on my upkeep. I'd like to bobble in case we can get into a 4-4 would be good, actually. You remember 12 turns ago? Alright, we're gonna pop the bobble. I want to draw a Hazard of the Dunes here. Alright, let's throw some junk in the grave. I don't hate a Surveyor. I don't like a Surveyor, but I don't hate it. This thing instant? This is instant. Nice. Okay, we're gonna have to trade our Earth Rumbler for their Bulwark Ox. That's just gonna have to happen here. We need that Ox off the table or else we can't kill the Pride. Even if we can't kill the Pride on the table right now, we still need to try to threaten it anyway for the long game. Wow, 3 cards in hand and they're not live? That's a... Okay, alright. Maybe I'm underestimating the power of your hand. I mean, I'm not underestimating the power of your board. Your board's an ass-kicking right now. Like, I don't have a good answer to your board right now. Are you just gonna jump over at me? Sure. Oh. Yeah? Okay. Uh-huh. Manadork. Here's the game plan. Alright, so the game plan is Bulwark Ox says creatures become hexproof and indestructible. So when they try to turn on that Voyage friend... Alright, we need our opponent to make a mistake. We're not dead yet, it's fine. So here's the game plan. They target the dragon with the double strike. Okay, I have very bad news for us. They did not target the dragon with the double strike. Alright, how about reading? You got reading available? Okay, bad news. They do, in fact, have the power of literacy on their side. I've run out of options. You know what the best part about this is? Take a look at this board. I think I still could have had it. I think it was still possible. I think if we drew a body to turn on the bike, we can attack for lethal. Anyway, let's die. Okay, that's a solid build we got here. The goblin did a lot of early work. They got the speed for that double strike trick. That thing, like, so that card is one of those, like, there's a few of the speed cards that are like, I don't know. I don't know if I believe, like, that card needs to be in a heavier speed deck to be on, because if that card's not on, I'm not a real big fan of it. 5 toughness is a decent wall. That's enough to, like, stop a Hazard in the Dunes for a while. But, like, when it's active, then it's a completely different question, which means it's a deck by deck basis, and our opponent had a deck that absolutely loved having the speed going. All right, 2, 3, 4 removal spell that we don't have the acceleration for this, but we do just have the bodies to make a game happen here. So, uh-oh. All right, how much value you got, buddy? I think this is another card I gave a little bit too low of a thought. Specifically, I think that that draw is more valuable than I expected. They've got Brood Engine, we don't. Do I want to try and trade with Beast Rider Vanguard? 4 cards in hand. I'm gonna offer 2 for 2. Yes, I know I could pre-combat the Surveyor, but they're more likely to not take it if I have the mana open. And I really don't want them to take that at the end of the day. Alright, so they've got Survey. So here's the thing about this game, is that we're going to be fighting a little bit higher card quality. That means we need to be getting a little bit more value out of our stuff until we can find an answer to the engine. Ooh, okay. Alright, let's get in there. Hazard of the Dunes. So they've got blue. This thing is blue and it's green if they have a land, which means it's like a blue fixing. They didn't play a 4. Makes me feel good about it. Okay, well, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's like kind of fine. It's fine. It is fine. Okay, we got bad news. It's not very good for us. Not great. Not... That's bigger beef than we have. That beats us in the beef game. I think our opponent's gonna haymaker us 3 times. Yeah, that thing doesn't have trample. I'm just gonna take 9. What could they possibly do? They can't play another copy. What are you gonna do? Play a 6/6? Ooh, they're gonna kill my Junker. My Junker, no! Okay. They don't know about the maximum overdrive here. Okay, there's the part of this helping. Of course, they can just pick this back up, but, like, it gets the engine out of, you know, out of the world. This splash for Mimeoplasm? Oh, do you have a kill spell? We don't... Okay, we don't take damage here, but we lose our body. Okay. I have a terrible idea. You want to hear it? I'm going to attack our opponent for 7. That's the plan. They're at 7. They're dead to this hit. You gotta stop us. It is up to you. I'm gonna go to 2. Do you have lethal for me? I'm gonna take 9. Alright, go to 2. What's your follow-up? Show me your follow-up. 2 toughness creature. That creature has 3 toughness. That's not great. I don't like it. That has too much toughness. That is the Memeoplasm, you had it! Okay. They had the Memeoplasm. I was right about the splash. Now, here's the cool thing. I'm still attacking for 7. All right. 2 blockers. Pass. You need... Now, they have the engine. The King engine could find them a real card. They get to mill 1. They get to draw 1. Is it kill spell? If they've got the spin out, we're done. If they don't have the spin out, they're toast. We're gonna get there. We are going to attack. Nope, that's not. All right, this has... I'm going to double block this so we don't get owned by like some sort of trample trick. They can put a counter on it. That means that it can kill one of our 2 here, but it trades for that. They now have the ability to pick it back up with the King engine. But now they're forced to chump, right? Like, they have to chump with Refueler. We attack with we attack with Hazard. They have to block Hazard with World Tyrant. They have to block Refueler. Here, this is 2 to activate. Bobble can't win it for us. We can only get 2 damage through with Bobble, so we don't do it. There's no point in bobbling this because it still trades. I know that it puts them to 1, but I'd rather have the bobble left over. They have to block. And then we get the Scurryfoot. Fast turn. So we've got enough bodies to get there. Yeah! Oh, that feels so good. Love to take a game where it's just like, all right. Easy to at any point thought we had lost that one. Thanks, 7-7. All right, final game. Here we are, end of the night. You ready for the last dance? Race to the finish. The final. Yeah! The final lap! Like, how much boost power we still got in the tank? Okay, I've given this set some, like, shade for like, throwing everyone into the big race. I've talked about Chandra as my biggest bit there, but I do love being able to throw a bunch of, like, racing bits into here. Like, they fit nicely. I like to think about F-Zero. I like to imagine our games as a race, as a lot of Magic games are. Okay, all right, okay. The final game. I don't think this is keepable. On the draw, you could get me to do it. On the play, no shot. Right, like, this is just not. If we fail to draw Forest, we're dead. If we even draw Swamp, we don't, yeah. This is not. Now this is a hand. Let's go ahead and throw Surveyor back, keep Ramp plus Biggie, and we have Scurry Foot to hold the game until then. That's a lot better 6. Most important board of Magic strategy is knowing when to manage your boost meter. Yes, that's like, when do you hit the... Welcome back. How you doing? Okay. the illusion of choice. All right, I'm not gonna play the bike here, actually. We're gonna go ahead and Surveyor. Yes, I know I could have started my engines. Oh, they're off green. This aggressive line looks a lot better now. They're off green. They're on green. On the green. Oh no! Oh yeah! Oh yes! Yes! Fourth color. We're in it now. Okay, 14. They've got the 6/5. They've got fourth color. Good. Welcome back, Green Lord Boss. They want double green. They have a double green play. Why do they have a double green play? What's the double green play? 2 green spells? It's probably 2 green spells. They were off green, so they wanted green. Probably like a creature plus a squeaky. I love this makes a squeaky, by the way. Squeaky. All right, we're just attacking into that. I don't care. That's just like time for the beatdown. That's not enough power to turn on the path cutter. That is also not enough power to turn on the... That is enough power to turn on the path cutter. All right. All of a sudden, we've been stopped. We can't attack into this currently until we have a way around the path cutter, and they were able to... Okay, that's fine. I don't think we can attack into this. I think our trades are really bad looking. Like, even if they don't use the path cutter... path cruiser, like, death touch on this on this, like, we get 2 in. That looks awful. Let's get the bike going. Thank you for clipping the illusion of choice. Okay, our opponent's position has improved considerably with that draw. Oh, shit. Alright, Frog God. I don't... Do we have a removal that kills Frog God? I don't know that we have a way to kill Frog God. This might be better as cycling. Yeah, so again... To talk about greed, to talk about the 5-color player, to talk about when you should take that action, the answer to that question is when the payoff is this big. Like, yes. Splash Sob Saloon in your Rakdos deck, or your black... Like, this looks like it was green-black. Oh no, Junker HQ! Come on, target Frog. Come on! Target frog. It doesn't give you the counters, but it would have been funny. Sure, gas guzzler. So they can't attack with Sub sitting here, but like... The problem is they can next turn, and that's an 8/8 indestructible. We have a lot of life, but, like, we don't have time. What am I looking for? What's my out? Okay, found it. We need to find a way to fill our grave and have Otchik steal this. Otchik is the way out. That's nice. That'll let you pick up the 6. Yeah, they get to pick up the 6. Check out this. So yeah, they're playing black-green splashing on blue and red. So we need Otchik, and we need Otchik enablers now. So we need self-mill. That gives us time. That's not bad. It doesn't help against Sabsunin, because Sabsunin is indestructible. But it gives us time. I mean, the problem is they're drawing 3. Did you know Sabsunin's really good? I don't know that I've made that clear, but, like, I should have, and I probably have, and I definitely have. I'm certain I've told you all this, but... Alright. Sabsunin, very strong. I like Sabsunin, I like Ketrabos. Hezard I'm a little more down on, but I think that's more of my thoughts on... by the way, this is what we're getting with the maximum overdrive. Okay. The plan is we need bodies in the grave. So they have the activation on this, right? Yeah, they are holding the activation for this. Oh no. Sabsunin. Watch out, elephant! No! That elephant's too small! The frog's too big! Bump. Dead. Okay. We have a problem. Are you just noticing this now, gents? Yes, I am just noticing it now. The problem is, we don't have enough bodies down there for Otchik. Okay. Alright. Let's go, Otchik. You know what we need to draw next turn, right? Next turn we need to draw Broodheart to replay Otchik. That's the game. Trample indestructible, huh? Alright, assume it's coming. If we're doing that, then we want to go... think about... like this? This has got to be it? Okay, we take 7. There's our drain life. Okay, well, bad news. Yeah, Frog God, Sabsunen, very powerful. I've seen this. I've seen, Muyang Ling also mentioned as like a top end, like just powerful card. Again, reasons to splash. Ooh, and also, you know, we could use it to crew. They can activate this. They just have the white mana for this. Uh-oh, uh-oh. 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 Alright. Here's the game plan. It's still live. Broodheart. Okay. That one ain't Broodheart. Alright. Good on ya. I think we're dead. We're probably dead. They still have game 4 life in hand as well, even, and they're like a full grip. If we're gonna get knocked out, the Greed Frog is an excellent place to be knocked out. Lovely. Alright. Still, that is still 6 and 3. An absolutely great place for this deck to land. Happy to see a deck. You know, we got close to the finish line, and then this large explosion happened where a frog kind of squished us, and that was that. Let's go ahead and take our prizes. We get our packs. We get our gems, and let's check out anything. Doesn't look like there's anything new on the achievements. All right, yeah. Talked about Pro Tour before. Started this, so let's open some packs to finish things up. Good time. I'm happy with that draft in a lot of ways. I'm happy with how it... Ah, Calamity. God, Calamity. And buried. But yeah. That is going to do it for today. Hope you all had a fun time with this. Next week, we will be back to Slay the Spire mods. We still have a long list of Slay the Spire mods to enjoy. So, you know, please have a fun time joining for that. But yeah, if you want to catch more, you can always follow. See when I go live. 7 Central on weekdays is the main time. Wiggles a bit based on the day, but you get Magic on Tuesdays, Slay the Spire on Fridays, Dragon Warrior Wednesdays, and bits and such. But really, you know, you can sub as well. Really, I'm just happy to have you here. God, Debreedle is so good. Okay, so I have to talk about this really quick. They showed off some Tarkir Dragonstorm stuff, the upcoming set in a month and a half. One of the cards they showed off was Siege Rhino -1. You know, slightly smaller Siege Rhino, which for that you take -1 off everything on the card. -1 mana cost, -1 power, -1 toughness, -1 on the drain. So it's a 3 mana 3/4 with drain 2. I think that's a perfect callback. I think it's a very fun card to have because it's not going to be as like I don't think it'll be as immediately commanding, especially in limited, because Teamer is going to mean that there's like a 4 power theme, so there will be a lot of creatures that can fight it. So tinier Rhino. Well, the Final Fantasy stuff was a early preview for, hey, we have this set that's afterwards, as well as like a bit for distributors, which is kind of the main throw, because distributors buy at the end of quarters, or like buy for like we'll be buying that set a little ahead of it and want to know what's in it. I mean, obviously it's Final Fantasy stuff, but like MSRPs and such are important. Zahra. But that is for June, and Tarkir's for April. And this is Berserker now. Love this Death Shadow. I haven't gotten to play with this one, but I like it a lot. Ooh, hey, Gear Hulk. I still think, I still like this Gear Hulk a lot. I like the lifelink on this body. I'm a big fan of Vendilion Click as a card. Obviously, without Flash, it's a lot weaker, but like the body is so much stronger. And there's like some decks I can think of in there. Ready to believe they're going to squeeze them in a 2-month period? Now, right now, we're on a more regular cadence. This set came out, it's about a 2-month cadence, like almost exactly. I think when this set came out, Mastery said like 60 days. So it is quicker than it has been for sets that come out on Arena regularly, but it is at least a regularly known bit, if maybe a little overwhelming at the current time. So, anyway, that is going to be it for today. Thank you all for joining. If you want to catch more, follow, subscribe. Again, as I said, if you're just here having a good time, I cannot ask for any more than that. Let's see. Where do I want to send y'all over to? I'm going to send y'all over to Newbie. Newbie's doing some retro achievements. But yeah, thank y'all for joining. As I said, more Magic on Tuesdays as more regular, but Slay the Spire on Fridays. But yeah, glad to see y'all here. Thank y'all for joining. Have a good night, everybody.